That was fun. That was relaxing. Nice to be able to actually just sit back, feet up on the couch, relax, and not stress, just not worry about a single thing in the world, except for the fact that the New York Rangers were just going to dominate the game tonight. That's all that was on my mind. That's all I had to do. Just sit back, relax, grab some popcorn while I'm at it. Why not? Just enjoy tonight. Wasn't a cardiac Rangers night, wasn't a stressful night, wasn't a edge of the seat jumping and celebrating like crazy, wasn't an edge of the seat throwing things across the room, wasn't any of that. Rangers win, baby, 6-0 over the Pittsburgh Penguins. What a win for the Rangers tonight. What a win. And man, was that fun? And yeah, I wish this was chanted tonight at the Garden. Who's your daddy? That would have been a great chant tonight because Igor Shesterkin was the Penguins' father. He is the Penguins' father. He owns the Pittsburgh Penguins. And it was funny to watch him shut out the Pittsburgh Penguins. The only thing that would have made it better is if it was in their barn. But you know what? I still am just completely content with the fact they got shut out. Made my life easy. And he made a lot of big saves. You know, I was a little stressed at points in this game. Let's not get it twisted because early on, of course, this was a close game. And early on, the Penguins got a lot of good quality chances. But for the most part, the Rangers just dominated this entire hockey game for the most part. And this is what we want to see going forward from this team. This is what we want to see going forward. This is what I think we'll see going forward. And this is what we need to see going forward. This is exactly why I lost my mind on Sunday when they lost to Pittsburgh, because I knew they were capable of efforts like this. I wouldn't be screaming and shouting about losses like that if I knew they weren't capable of doing something like this. There's a reason why I lost my mind. It's not like this is a team that's tanking. It's not like this is a team that we know sucks or is a borderline playoff team. No. They're clearly capable of this type of effort. They showed it tonight. And this is why I freak out when they lose and go absolutely bonkers when they win. Before we jump further into it, leave a like if you enjoy this. Subscribe if you guys are new, especially for Ranger fans. Turn on your notifications too so you know when I upload a video or go live. Next, we are live here on YouTube with 16 viewers in the chat. Spread the word about the live stream. Tell a friend. Tell a friend's friend. Tell a neighbor. Tell whoever. But, yeah. What an effort. And the Rangers wasted no time to get this started as well. They started off very good. Igor made a couple of big saves early, no doubt about it. He had to make a couple big saves. But the Rangers still get on the board first and nice and early. Mika Zibanejad just rips a beautiful backhanded shot. And that goes past Tristan Jarry. Miller with a nice little keep-in effort. And Trouba as well with an apple. 1-0 Rangers early in the game. Penguins then take a too many men penalty. Unfortunately, the power play goes nowhere with that. Penguins start to put on some pressure, but Igor made some huge saves. And then Malkin decides to just absolutely just board Brain Schneider, I believe it was. Yeah, that was a reasonable hit, Malkin. That was reasonable to when you see the jersey numbers to throw a hit there. I thought that could have been 5 minutes personally, considering the fact he had all the time in the world to not throw that hit, considering the fact that Brain Schneider's back is clearly turned and has no idea that Malkin's coming. And you know what? It's funny that they whine about that stuff over there in Pittsburgh, but they'll be the first to do things like that. It's absolutely funny to me. But regardless, the Rangers end up scoring on the power play, thankfully. So Malkin absolutely eats it there as Patrick Kane with a nice little stick lift, and Fox keeps it into the zone. He finds Artemi Panarin, and he snipes it by Tristan Jarry like Game 7 in 2022 this past year. So, yeah, Rangers up 2-0 at the end of the period. Not the best period, but still a good period. 15-12 were shots in favor of the Pittsburgh Penguins. I would have liked for them to have not let Pittsburgh get as much. Well, they did that going forward, and especially in the second period. The second period, man, Was that second period something? Was that second period something? Rangers make it 3-0 nice and early in the period. The Rangers get a nice 3-on-1 as Letang tried to step up and score a goal. And here come the Rangers the other way with that 3-on-1. And Mika sets up Tarasenko to snipe one home. And Keandre Miller ends up with an apple as well. 3-0 game. And Trocheck goes off for a roughing penalty. They end up killing that. And the Rangers end up scoring right after that as Trocheck comes out of the penalty box. And a 4-on-2 comes the other way. Kane with a beautiful setup over to Chris Kreider. And he ends up burying that one, tapping it in. And that makes it a 4-0 game. Patrick Kane feeling himself. You got to love it. Jarry gets pulled for the Smith. The crowd is on Tristan Jarry with the Jarry sing-song chants. You absolutely love it, especially after those Pittsburgh fans do it to Igor nonstop all night long when they're in Pittsburgh. Nice to get back at them. So, yeah. And how does Casey DeSmith come into the game? Yeah, Jacob Trouba says hello to you. Jacob Trouba snipes one right over to Smith's head. Tarasenko and Zibanejad with the apples on that. That makes it a 5-0 game. Igor then takes a delay game penalty. That gets killed. Kreider goes off for a tripping penalty, and that ends up getting killed off. So the Rangers took a lot of penalties in this game for sure, but didn't matter. Didn't matter. Rangers then went up 6-0 as Hedl finds Kane and Kane finds Panarin down low. The Kane and Panarin connection is there, and that makes it a 6-0 game. You love to see it. And then Igor ends the period with a big stop on O'Connor on a breakaway. 10-8 in favor of the Penguins for shots in that period. And then the third period rolls along. The Rangers just played with their food. There was nothing really to talk about. It was penalty after penalty after penalty in that third period. Igor with some huge stops as well. Outside of that, nothing else really happened in the third period. Shots were 9-4 in favor of Pittsburgh. The Rangers played with their food, though, for the most part that period. They played with their food. So I'm not complaining. 5 power plays for the Penguins in tonight's game. Goose egg. So if you're going to nitpick anything for the Rangers tonight, stay out of the box a bit more. But at the end of the day, they took a lot of sloppy penalties towards the end of the game, so I'm not going to get on them. That's just nitpicking at the very most there. So like, I'm not going to rip them to shreds for it or rip them to shreds for anything tonight. I really have nothing negative to say about this team. Every line contributed and did a great job tonight as well. But the main star of the show was obviously Igor Shesterkin stopping 33 shots. All 33 shots that he faced, he stopped. Nice to see him return the form. And it's not like they were just easy stops. They were some freaking fantastic stops here and there. And I mean, how about that little kick save that he made towards the end of the game? On Granlund, I think it was. That kick save. Beautiful. Beautiful saves there. Shots in the game, by the way, were 33-24 in favor of Pittsburgh. Again, a lot of that's because of the penalties that the Rangers took. Face-off percentage 51-49 in favor of the Rangers. Giveaways 9 for the Penguins, 14 for the Rangers. Hits 15 for Pittsburgh, 11 for the Rangers. Not a physical game when it comes to the hit department. So interesting there, because you would think it would have been more physical. But if I'm going to nitpick about one other thing, the only other thing that I would nitpick is the fact that the kid line is still not putting the puck in the back of the net. I like, though, that Gallant at the end of the game was like, yeah, we're up 6-0. Let's throw the kid line out there for a power play. I love that he tried to do that to try to get their confidence going a bit and maybe see if they could get something going there. Unfortunately, they couldn't end up getting a little confidence booster there. Phil Hedl had a nice assist tonight, but outside of that, you need more from the kid line. And you know what? You're going to get more from them eventually. It's just a matter of when. But that's the worst thing I could say about the team tonight. Worst thing that I could probably say about the team tonight. And even then, it's not like the kid line was awful tonight. They still had a very solid night. Just couldn't find the back of the net yet again. But that's something to keep an eye on going forward. That's for sure. But that first line, Panarin, Zibanejad, and Tarasenko, is going to cause problems for teams come playoff time. Mika, 52% in the faceoff dot with 3 points on the night as well. Yeah, Mika Zibanejad was great. He was great. And so was Panarin with 2 points on the night. And didn't really turn the puck over much either, which is good because we know Panarin does that quite a bit. And then Tarasenko, he has just been an absolute dog. 2 points for him, 4 shots on goal. And he also throws bot a bit too. I love Tarasenko's game. And you know what? It's an interesting conversation when you decide maybe if you're going to keep one, Tarasenko or Kane. I don't know. It's kind of a tough decision with the way Tarasenko's been playing because, man, he is bringing 100% night in and night out for this team. And the second line was no slouch either, though. That's for damn sure. Patrick Kane with 2 points on the night. Chris Kreider with a point on the night. And Vinny Trocheck as well with a point on the night. Very good outing for that second line yet again. And they forecheck well. Oh, they're really good at forechecking. And I love that line together. And I think Kane just is such a boost for Kreider and Trocheck. And it brings the best of them, which I really love. And the fourth line continues to just be great. Again, Jimmy Vesey with 5 takeaways tonight. That was just, look at the score sheet now. Nice effort there for Jimmy Vesey with 5 takeaways. You love to see it. But that entire fourth line was great, except Barclay Goodrow taking 4 PIMs at the end of the game and just negating every power play that they got. But I digress. The defensive core, great game for all of them. Great game for the entire defensive core. I have no complaints at all. No complaints really at all. Jacob Trouba was probably the best defenseman for the Rangers tonight. If I had to give an honor to the best defenseman, it was probably Jacob Trouba. Miller was also great. That defensive pair was unreal. And then, of course, you know how Igor played. And yeah, you can maybe argue Harper had a rough one, but Ryan Lindgren's going to come back, and I still don't think Harper was awful. I didn't think Harper was awful tonight, but let's get the chat. Let's get the chat and see what you guys have to say. And yeah, you guys are complaining about Harper. Again, it's not the end all be all. We're going to get Ryan Lindgren back, and Harper, again, it's not like he was necessarily atrocious tonight. I think he was good enough tonight. That's just me, though. Maybe I'm naive, and it's the fact that they just absolutely dominated them in the score sheet, but I thought Harper was okay. Mikko is the weakest link. I disagree. I think that he's just in a role that doesn't fit him whatsoever. I think that once we see him on the third pair, he's going to actually, you're going to see the best of him. You're going to see the best of him once he's on that third pair where he belongs, playing against lesser competition, getting less minutes. That's when we're going to see Niko Mikkola shine. And you know what? We're also going to see him shine come playoff time, because a lot of how he plays is going to just be huge come playoff time with how he is. And some of the penalties that he takes, they won't be called in the playoffs. So I'm excited to see him come playoff time. I didn't see your comment about PK. Sorry, just comment it again. If I miss any comments that you want me to get to, just comment them again, and I'll try to address most of the comments, because I'm not going to be live for too long. As you guys know, I don't usually go live for too long, but yeah. I will try to address most of the comments I can. We have 51 viewers. Remember to leave a like. We only have 13 likes. Leave a like, guys. Leave a like for this great Rangers win. It's great Rangers win, and especially for Igor. Let's try to get to 31. Let's flip that 13 to a 31 for Igor tonight. Let's see if we could get there by any chance. But I don't usually like to beg for likes, but would like to get there. Our top line is so hot. Yeah, the top line, I foam at the mouth watching them go out there and play. I foam at the mouth because they just do everything. They do everything. And yeah, Harper, I think, was okay. This was the most dominant win of the year, Shinazi says. Igor at peak form, elite PK, and an offensive explosion. Agree that's definitely... I'm trying to think if it's the most dominant of the year. It's definitely up there, but you know what? You can maybe argue that this was the most dominant win of the year. And yeah, the broadcast tonight was all over the place. You had Ray Ferraro talking about Marcus Pettersson leaving the game at some point and said that he's on the Rangers, which is just obviously not true. Marcus Pettersson's just not on the Rangers, but yeah. Fan since 1968. This has to be the best team I've seen so far as power scoring. Yeah. And this is what we were going to get with Patrick Kane in that top six, with Tarasenko in that top six. We just had to give it a bit of time. And you know what? Like I said, I want to look back at how I reacted on Sunday. I want to look at that and tell myself how stupid I was for overreacting. And right now, I could say that I was overreacting from that Sunday game. Yes, Tony. Appreciate that. Appreciate that a lot. Who would you rather see the Rangers play round one, the Devils or Canes? Who is the bigger threat at this point to the team? If the Rangers are going to play like this, I don't care who they play, because you're probably going to play one of these teams in round two regardless. I don't care. Let's go. Give me either, and let's win a damn playoff series. Let's win 2 playoff series. And then the conference finals, we'll cross that bridge when we get there with who they might play, because that could be 3 different teams in my mind. I think that's either Boston, Toronto, or Tampa. I know everyone laughed when I said Toronto, but still, I mean, they could end up getting there. So who knows? But let's go. Give me whoever, and let's win a damn playoff series. And yeah, Gallant may have found the line combinations that we've needed all along. Let's hope that that's the case, and he doesn't have to change the lines like underwear again. Yes, I think the Kid line's going to thrive. They're too good not to. There's way too much talent. You have a 1st and 2nd overall pick, and then Filipino, who when he's hot is one of the best in the game, arguably, when he's hot. Because when he's hot, he's like over a point per game player. So maybe I should say best in the game, but one of the best, if not the best on the team when he's hot. So yeah, I'm not worried. I think that we're going to see them thrive at some point. Everyone's saying, let's go Sharks in chat. Let's see what's going on in that game. If, yeah, Sharks up 1-0 on the Islanders. David Quinn. How about a little David Quinn action? Helping us out right there. Kevin LeBanc. Kevin LeBanc. That's funny. Funny to me. But I can't speak on that because of the fact that I wasn't around for 94. So I can't really speak on that. But until this team proves they win a cup, I would probably take the 94 team. They're playing up to their full potential right now, and it really helps that they're playing this way against divisional opponents. Yes, huge 4-point games. Huge 4-point games. And now you really separate yourself from the Penguins, and now losing that 3rd spot, shouldn't have to worry. And you know what? The Devils are losing games lately. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but maybe there's still a chance at that 2nd spot in the division. Big maybe, but can't rule anything out if the Rangers are going to continue to play like this. And you know what? If the Devils are going to keep losing games, I'm fine with playing the Devils in the playoffs too. Because you know what? If they're cold at the wrong time here, you might be able to catch them here, and you might be able to beat them up in the playoffs while they're cold. Maybe they can't handle the grind. Yes, Mike, huge confidence booster for Igor. Could even reach the Canes in a perfect storm. I don't know if that's going to happen, but you know what? You can't rule anything out. You can't rule anything out until you could rule it out. So, the New York Rangers. The New York Rangers. Got a Knicks and Rangers dub at the Garden today. How about that? I've always been on the train that trading for Kane made more sense because of the fact that Timo Meyer's asking price was so high. Don't get me wrong. I think that we'll find out come playoff time, but I don't know. We'll see. But hopefully Kane ends up being the better player. So, and yes, agree. You got to close out series earlier this time around in the playoffs if you want to win the cup. That's what good teams do. Yes, I agree with this. There was definitely times, if we're going to nitpick again, that they should have shot the puck instead of passing. Like Fox had an open net opportunity, but yeah, that's where I'm going to be where I wrap things up. I apologize with 51 viewers that I'm going to, but I don't like to drag these out long. But good news for you guys, tomorrow afternoon, 1 o'clock Eastern, be on the lookout for the podcast with my co-host Nico. Nick, unfortunately, won't be able to join. He's currently out of town. So we're going to get Statboy Steven and different Nick. We are going to get Nick from C-Jets over on the channel. So be on the lookout for that tomorrow. I really do appreciate all of you guys for hanging out with me tonight. Means the world. Your guys' support. Love all of you. And yes, leave a like if you did enjoy. Subscribe if you guys are new, especially if you're Ranger fans. Turn on your notifications so you know when I upload or go live next. Be on the lookout for 1 p.m. tomorrow. I'll see you guys in the next one. Let's go, Rangers.